What's up, Goob gang? It's your boy Goob back with another video today. And today I'm super excited because today I'm going to be talking about a Beyblade that I recently got. I wanted to make this video because a lot of people think that I just hate Turbo Beyblades in general because I made that video about why I didn't like Turbo. However, I actually do have some things that I like about Turbo Beyblades, and this one specifically I really like. So I'm going to talk about it right now because I like to still have a positive mindset towards anything. So I'm going to talk about this Beyblade that I really like and I think Hasbro did a really good job with. So let's get right into this video. So the Beyblade I'm talking about is none other than Salamander S4. This Beyblade was really well made by Hasbro, and I'm going to explain why right now. So first, let's just start out with the appearance of the Beyblade. So obviously, it's pretty darn accurate to the original one. The Takara Tomy one is on the right and the Hasbro one is on the left. And as you can tell, these are really close to being the same Beyblade. I mean, they're so similar in the way they look, the colors, and the stickers are pretty well done on this one. I don't even have the stickers on this one. It just looks so similar to the real one, and I love that because you want the Beyblade to look like how it looks in the anime, and I think they did a really good job doing that with this one. So that's the first reason why I like this Beyblade. I know that a lot of Turbo Beyblades are actually pretty accurate in the looks, but this Beyblade has more that some of the other ones don't have. So the next big thing that I really like about this Beyblade is it has the gimmick, the actual gimmick in the layer, which so many Turbo Beyblades don't have. Okay, so it's got this mode. I'm not sure what the modes are called. This is the more aggressive mode. It's like has 5 stars on it. These are all the hit points right here, these 5 points in, and then you can twist it and then lock it back in place, and now you're in this mode where there's 10 points. And again, this is awesome because it's like the original, it's like how it is in the anime, and it has 2 modes. So that's awesome, and I just wish that all Turbo Beyblades were like this. I wish that this wasn't the only Beyblade that had the right gimmick. So that's the second big reason I really like this Beyblade, is because it has the correct modes in the layer, which is really necessary, in my opinion, to make the Beyblade good. The next thing is kind of small, but it has all the correct parts relative to like the disc, the frame, and the driver. I know that this Beyblade doesn't come with the frame. There's been a couple Turbo Beyblades that should have come with frames that haven't. Obviously, this one doesn't come with a frame anyways, so they did a good job with this one, I guess, because they have the correct parts on it. So that's not a big deal, but it's still important, I think. Now, the next big thing is the driver. This driver is perfect, in my opinion. Literally perfect, okay? So they have the slingshot gimmick, which I am fine with. Slingshot gimmicks are actually kind of fun, I think. But the big thing is they didn't take away the gimmick of the driver, of the original driver. So the original driver has this gimmick where it can slide to one side in order to make it off balance and make it jump around the stadium. And then you can also have it be centered, okay? So a lot of the Turbo drivers, in order for Hasbro to make the Turbo drivers, they've had to kind of change the driver's design, which I really don't like because, again, it's like a disconnect from the anime and it's a disconnect from the original driver, and sometimes it makes the drivers worse in performance. So this driver, they really didn't change anything about it. I mean, it's pretty close to the original one. Like, it's not much different. And it still has that gimmick. It still can go to the right or the left, which is awesome, you know, because you can have it be centered or you can have it be off-center, and it literally is just like the Takara Tomy one almost. Obviously, the shape of it isn't exact, but it's very close, and it's similar enough that it's going to perform about the same, which I really like. And it also still has that slingshot gimmick, so they were able to give it a slingshot gimmick, but also, so that's the slingshot mode. They were able to give it that slingshot gimmick, but they're also able to make it have the original gimmick, which is awesome, I think. I think that makes it so great, and I think that's a great design. So that's the other big reason. And then the last reason, which is also very important, is the performance of this Beyblade. So this Beyblade has actually pretty decent slopes, and it's left spin, and the thing about the slopes is they're pretty accurate to the Takara Tomy teeth, because these teeth are pretty loose, and the slope is pretty good, but it's not like super good. So they made it pretty close to the original, and they might have actually made it even a little better, I would say, with the slopes, because the slopes are pretty good. So that's a big deal to me because I want these Beyblades to be kind of as accurate as possible to the originals and still have that, you know, slingshot gimmick. And I think that weakening the slopes was unnecessary because they already don't have metal, which is going to make them burst more frequently already. So I think that they didn't need to weaken the slopes, and I feel like this one didn't really get a nerf on its slopes. Its slopes are still pretty good, so I like that. I think that's pretty much it about this Beyblade of why I really like it. You guys can comment below if you guys have like a different Turbo Beyblade that you really like, or if you have something you don't like about this one. I also wanted to ask your guys' opinion about a whole league of just Turbo Beyblades, because I feel like Turbo is so different that it needs its own like league. It needs its own class, because on like the WBO, it has no place for any tournament right now. Like, it really doesn't have any spot where it could really be used competitively. So if they had a league of just like Turbo Beyblades, you could only use Turbo parts in a tournament, I think that they would be more fun, because right now they just have no place really in competitive, and I think that kind of stinks because a lot of people don't have access to like Takara or Tomy Beyblades, and they just have to buy like Hasbro Beyblades. So I think that would be a really good idea. So tell me what you guys think about all the stuff I discussed in today's video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.